Hey, what's up, guys, and a very happy Monday. First and foremost, we are talking about a little bit of snow across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee this morning. Not a ton of you watching this morning. This is going to be a very short Facebook Live. Definitely not going to be the longest Facebook Live we've ever done, but what a pretty view. This is Governor's Drive this morning. The traffic seems to be moving smoothly. But we are talking about a little bit of light snow across the Tennessee Valley. Now, this is a dry snow as opposed to a wet snow. So I don't really foresee that this snow is going to have any drastic implications on travel. Don't worry, that car's not stopped. The camera just simply froze. I don't anticipate that this snow is going to have any sort of implications on travel. But nonetheless, we are talking about a little bit of snow across the Tennessee Valley this morning. And honestly, I think this view looks really pretty. We're getting pretty close to the top of Montesano. So this is Governor's Drive 431. So the car is kind of coming from the bottom of your screen heading towards the top. Those folks are going to be traveling north into Huntsville. The Jeep you just saw, the white SUV you just saw go by, those folks are coming from Huntsville. So they're traveling south towards the city of Owens Crossroads. So really pretty view this morning there on Governor's Drive. And I think I can do it one better, as a matter of fact. So let's see if that'll come up. This is a look from Montesano. I wanted to take that panel off. Just a second. Let me get you a better look at that. I will do this. I will take that off of there, and you can look at that better. So this is a really pretty view. This is a look outside this morning from the top of Montesano this morning. Once again, talking about a little bit of snow. Visibility definitely going to be reduced there from the top of the mountain. But look at that, a nice little dusting of snow on top of Montesano. I remember at one point, a couple of years ago, and this always seems to happen, you know, where if we get a little bit of snow in Huntsville, it doesn't necessarily accumulate on the ground down here in the city. I binged my tooth on my coffee cup. That's unfortunate. I didn't chip it or anything, don't worry, but it kind of hurt. Anywho, it always seems to happen this way, where if we end up getting a dusting of snow, it always happens on top of Montesano. I remember 1 year ago, or a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact, we had a reporter that used to work here, and to this day she is still one of my absolute best friends. We hang out all the time, but she was off, and I called her and I'm like, listen, there is nobody else that is willing to go up to the top of Montesano. Will you do it for me? And so she did, and we met here at the station, and we went up to the top of Montesano just specifically so we could get video of the snow, because if it snows in the city of Huntsville, it will always accumulate on top of Montesano. So this is a really pretty view. A nice dusting of snow there on the top of the mountain, and then we'll go back and we'll come back to this here in just a second. And then I wanted to show you Governor's Drive one more time. Again, it looks like Governor's Drive is very easily passable this morning. Governor's Drive 431, whatever you'd like to call it, but understand that we are talking about a little bit of snow. But I don't anticipate that this snow is going to be very problematic. And I don't think it's going to be problematic only because it's a dry snow. Now, if we were talking about a wet snow, we'd have a bit of a different problem on our hands. But I don't foresee this snow becoming very problematic. So we'll look at the top of Montesano just one more time, and then we'll kind of bring things back down from the top of Montesano, from the pretty Wonderland, to the Parkway, where it is snowing. It is snowing on the Parkway, but let it be known that at times I have also seen the sunshine out my office window this morning. So we are talking about a little bit of light snow across the Tennessee Valley. Connie says, good morning, Jordan. Please tell us the precip will go away today. It will go away today. And if we're being quite honest, I didn't really think it'd snow. But at this point, the atmosphere just kind of seems to be having a grand old time. And we are just squeezing out whatever moisture is left, much to my chagrin. I am not happy about this either. In no way, shape, or form am I happy about this. Ashley Gibson says, good morning, Jordan. Good morning, Ashley. And in case you're all wondering, yes, I am still here at work. I live here now. I have taken up residency. I have been told that they are going to build me a shower, and they're going to build Gator a doghouse, because I live here now. I will be selling my lovely home in Owens Crossroads because I just live at work now. But the coffee's very good this morning, so that's what's winning. So a little bit of snow falling, not just here in the city of Huntsville, but I've seen a number of different locations reporting a little bit of snow. So if you are going to be out and about this morning, I would anticipate that for the next couple of hours, black ice is going to remain a problem. Don't use your cruise control. Increase your following distance. Accelerate and brake slowly. Stay calm and steer into a skid. Accelerating and braking slowly, I think, is probably one of the more important things. A lot of people, when they hit a patch of black ice, their first instinct is to want to kind of slam on the brakes. No, that's actually going to make matters worse if you were to slam on the brakes. If you hit a patch of black ice, you're going to want to just kind of gradually pump the brakes. Ashley says snow here. That means there's snow in Moulton. Right? I got that right. I know I got that right. I should not be getting that wrong at this point. I do believe I have a radar shot coming up after we're done talking about driving. Radar, look at that. Thank you so much for your hard work. You're number one. Thank you, Connie. I mean, I am the most accurate. I've got banners and everything. See, I've got a thing there that says I am. See, I knew it was Moulton. Thanks, Ashley. Sometimes I just need the confirmation. You know, we're doing the Facebook Live like 12 hours before we would ever normally do a Facebook Live. I am only 3/4 of a way through the first cup of coffee, and admittedly, this is a small cup. Normally, my initial cup of coffee is probably pretty close to double this, I would say. So really, we're only about halfway through the first cup of coffee, not even 3/4. And I haven't had breakfast yet, but that's okay. Normally I haven't had breakfast by this time. By this time of day. Normally I have breakfast when I watch The Price is Right at 10 a.m., which I will be watching The Price is Right at 10 a.m. So let's look at the radar. Now, some of this is going to be a little bit of ground clutter. I wish I could clean that up a little bit more, but I can't. That's unfortunate. But then some of this is a little bit of snow. And like Ashley, you said you have snow in Moulton. Honestly, if we were to zoom in, and this is how light the snow is, you know, I can zoom in on Moulton, but nothing's showing up on the radar. And that's just kind of a testament as to how light the snow we're talking about this morning actually is. And that, you know, you're getting some snow in Moulton, but it's not actually showing up on the radar. And so this is something that we should probably expect as we head into the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon. It's going to be rather unproblematic. But we are going to be talking about a little bit of snow nonetheless. Otherwise, we have really no other opportunities for precipitation in the 7-day forecast. So some good news there. Now, it is cold across the Tennessee Valley this morning. That's so nice. It is cold across the Tennessee Valley this morning, 18 degrees right now in Huntsville. This is what I like to call disrespectfully cold, right? 15 degrees in Fayetteville, 15 in Florence, 18 degrees in Fort Payne. Now, I know a number of locations are still having some problems this morning. And as a matter of fact, I believe some folks commented on a Facebook Live I had done earlier this morning, or a cut-in I had done earlier this morning. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'm going to find it. Maybe there it is. Let's see. Roads in Fayetteville are covered with ice and snow on the back roads. So if you're in Fayetteville this morning, you are definitely going to want to take it easier. And then Annette in Harvest told me a little while ago, about a half hour ago, that Harvest still had some icy spots. So while we are beginning to see a little bit of improvement on the main roads, a lot of our back roads are probably still going to have some problems this morning, but the Parkway has been reopened. 72 is fine. 565 is fine. I actually know somebody that drove on the Parkway already this morning, and they said the Parkway was just fine. So, but it is cold across the Tennessee Valley, so we are going to want to bear that in mind. That it is cold, and despite the light snow, I think that is probably going to be the bigger problem as you're heading out and about. Now, the good news is that the pavement temperatures are beginning to climb a little bit despite the light snow. But again, the light snow is not very moisture heavy, so it's not going to be impactful. Honestly, it's the type of snow you're never going to be able to build a snowman. So don't go getting all excited that it's going to accumulate. It's probably not. But even if it were to accumulate, you're not building a snowman with it because it is not a moisture-heavy snow. It is a really dry snow. And yes, you can have a really dry snow. We have snow flurries in Douglas. Thank you so much for that. And that's exactly what we're talking about this morning. We are talking about a dry snow. 23 degrees is the pavement temperature in Huntsville, 25 in Arab, 25 in Fort Payne. Now these numbers are lower up in southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama, where they're still talking about a significant amount of ice. Temperatures do not warm up today. We do not warm up in any way, shape, or form. Highs are only going to climb into the mid and upper 20s. I've got a high temperature right around 27 degrees. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm going to wrap this up here in just a couple of minutes, probably within the next 2 or 3. But I will go back and I will give you a look at Governors, just because honestly, I think at this point, Governors looks really pretty. This is a really pretty view. Again, the cars seem to be moving just fine. Maybe just allow yourself a couple of extra minutes if you are going to be going out the door for work. I know a lot of the essential workers still have work this morning. Probably a lot of the grocery stores are still going to work this morning, of course. But I know like the Arsenal, I think they encouraged remote work. So a lot of places are off. Most of the kids are off of school or doing some sort of an e-learning day. So, you get to be home. Otherwise, and then again from the top of Montesano. So I think I'm going to leave you with this. Actually, no, I just hit the next graphic, so I'm going to end up leaving you with this one. Is not as pretty. I can't leave you with this. I cannot in all goodness leave you with that. So I will leave you with this. Let's see. Jenny says snow flurries and hearts. Well, thank you so much, Jenny. I really appreciate that. Anywho, Kevin, what's your go-to coffee creamer? Oh. I feel like you need to know that for multiple reasons. So Adrian and I actually are rather different when it comes to our coffee creamer. Adrian is a Starbucks coffee creamer person. So we actually have some of that in the fridge right now. I am fine with the Cinnamon Roll International Delight. That is my favorite coffee creamer, is the Cinnamon Roll International Delight. But if Adrian picks, she always picks the Starbucks coffee creamer. And she ends up getting the caramel macchiato, which is not bad. Snow flurries in Coleman too. Okay, so everybody has some degree of snow flurry this morning. Good to know. Anywho, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go. My coffee cup is empty. So I will see you guys later. And Kevin says, yup. Kevin, I'll see you this week. I'm very excited about that, by the way. Anywho, I will see you guys later on. Maybe we'll do another one of these early this afternoon. Maybe we won't. Honestly, I have not quite decided yet. Anywho, I will see you guys later.